We're starting a new series during the month of July. You're going to find that hopefully it expands us into being able to see ourselves as more awake, maybe, to daily opportunities. That's really the intention, to wake us up to seeing and understanding our potential and what we can do as individuals. So, as I'm speaking to you today, the Law of Oneness, I know that most of this you already know. So let's use today as a reminder, all right? So I wanted to start with just some scriptures. We're just going to remind you of a few little things. And I know you're going to say, I knew that. Okay, the first one is, this is out of the Aquarian Gospel, and Jesus is a little boy talking to his mother. And he said, the rabbis seem to think that God is partial in his treatment of men. The Jews are favored and are blessed above all other men. I do not see how God can have his favorite and be just. Are not Samaritans and Greeks and Romans just as much the children of the Holy One as are the Jews? And we go, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. But when we think about people in the world, do we ever segregate and say, well, maybe they're not like me? Yeah, we know it. Later on in his studies, when he's meeting the girl, well, he's actually in his work right now, he's meeting the lady at the well. Do you remember the Samaritan he met at the well? It was A, against the law to speak to Samaritans, and B, against the law to speak to women. So he's double violating law here. He's speaking to a woman Samaritan. And he says to her, she says, what are you doing talking to me? You're not allowed to talk to me. You're a Jew, Samaritan. Jesus said, Samaritans and Jews are all children of our one God, our Father God, and they are kin. And then he goes on to teach her about the one God that he loves and that she loves. And there should not be separation. He says at one point, our God is one in spirit, one in truth, and every man is dear to him. You guys seeing the theme? Jesus said, all men are sons of God by birth. God is father of the race, but not all are sons of God by faith. Call no man father here. The God of heaven and earth is he alone, father of the race. Okay. Heard him all. Heard him again. We are all children of God. Got it? Doesn't matter what faith you are. It doesn't matter how you choose to worship God. It doesn't matter how you present yourself to the world in any way. We're all children of God. Science says this. The law of oneness states that we are all connected through creation. Every single atom inside of you is connected in some way, shape, or form to the rest of the universe. It moves through you. This means everything we do has a ripple effect and impacts the collective, not just ourselves. And you guys know I love Ervin Laszlo. Love him, love him, love him. This is a book that was published in 2021. This, if you take Metaphysics 1 with me, the very first class, we do deep dive into the science. Science is now validating what metaphysicians have held to be true all these years. Science is now going, hey, this is that. And we go, yeah, it is. You guys got it. So it says in here, I wanted to just share this one tiny little thing. There are no entirely disconnected things or events in the universe. Every particle that has ever occupied the same quantum state as another particle remains instantly and enduringly connected with it. Their quantum state remains correlated. Got it? So, Jesus taught us there was one God. We are all children of God. Science tells us we are all connected. How can we start living that? Is this, if we feel we're connected, isn't that what makes us all want everybody to be like us? If we're all connected, you should think like me. You should do what I do. That makes me happy. You know, I don't like it when you act that way. I don't like it when you move away. I don't like it when you do things that that are not my will for you, because we're all connected. Do you see? So we try to impose our values and our judgments on one another. Can we live in oneness and have a different mindset? Is that possible? Or can we live in oneness and honor the difference of our approaches and our thoughts? Can we be that oneness? You know, you've all heard namaste. When I am in the Christ in me, and you are in the Christ of you, we are one. When I am in my God self, and you are in your God self, we are one. We can accept that, can't we? When I am in my unique creative self, and you are in your unique creative self, can we be one? I mean, tough, isn't it? It's tough. And this is the inherent problem within all that we are and all that we do on this planet. There is this baseline, yeah, when we get to heaven it's going to be cool, but right here, right now, we got to tussle. We got to disagree. We got to make it about me. We got to do all these things that keep us in separation. So I wanted to talk about we have a oneness affirmation here, and there's another oneness statement that is very famous. So our affirmation of oneness is this. It's on some of our bulletins. It's not today, but it's on most of them. We all came from one light, loved, empowered, perfect. Here on earth, when one is blessed, all are blessed. When one is hindered, all are hindered. As we remember the light from which we came, we are once again perfect love. Isn't that beautiful? As we remember the light from which we came, we are once again perfect love. When I am blessed, all are blessed. When I am hindered, all are hindered. You see? Oneness. The other one said, when one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. And the conclusion of it was, therefore, in the name of my true spirit, I ask that that which is for the highest good of all concerned happen here. Highest good of all concerned. Do you see? Highest good of all concerned. And I thank God that it is done. Highest good of all concerned. So we have these affirmation concepts of being in the light to know oneness again, and highest good. I'm seeing highest good for all concerned. You got that, I know. You can handle that, right? Okay. Both of these deal with the impact that we have on the collective. Both of these concepts deal with the impact we have on the collective. Did you know when you are harmed, all are harmed? Did you know when you are kind, you are blessing all? Mm-hmm. So consciousness, the consciousness in which we live as an individual impacts the consciousness of mankind, the whole. So we have an impact on the collective. When we are not actively contributing to life, when we are not actively contributing to life, either pro or con, when we're in the whatever, anybody live there? We all have for periods of time, whatever, I don't care. Then you get swept along through the collective. Why is this so bad? Why is this happening? Well, you're not making choices. Pro or con, you're not making pro choices, you're not making life choices that make you happy, life choices that make you hurt. You're just not making choices, so you get swept with the collective. When we're swept into the collective, we don't feel powerful. You feel like you've lost your power, right? Okay. So remember, when one is blessed, all are blessed. You have that power every day in every experience to impact the collective. All right. So I want to talk about two concepts, and this is very easy, very simple. But I need to hear it, so I'm going to share it with you. Two concepts about how to integrate this. Everybody, you understand what I've said so far? Easy, clear, no problem, right? Everybody can do. Why don't we do? So one of the concepts that I find as a trigger for myself and for a lot of my clients, as many of you know, I've been counseling for over 30 years, is the idea of being blessed. If I am blessed, oh, no, then everybody else needs to get blessed too. If I have a win, everybody else needs a win, or I need to get everybody else have a win before I have a win. Was anybody raised in that? Be the last to take, don't take too much, and let everybody else go before you. Anybody have that in your consciousness? Okay? And don't be there with your hand out. Let somebody else have it. And if you get a really good win, something fabulous has happened to you, it's amazing, don't tell anybody. Because you'll make them feel bad. Because they didn't get a win. So you don't do that. Do you see? We have within us this idea that it is not good for us to be blessed until everybody else is blessed. Maybe some of you don't have that. I'm old enough that I was steeped in it. Steeped in it. I'll tell you my tiny little story. 5 years old, I was always afraid of my father. You guys know that. He was tender, kind of, sometimes. But 5 years old, he took us trick-or-treating. Never been trick-or-treating before in my life. I'm walking with my huge dad, 6-something. I'm a tiny little kid, walking down the street. We were outside of Denver, Colorado, in a direction I'd never been before, and we were getting candy. I remember distinctly, I can see him now. I'm walking, I've got my little bag, I'm getting candy. It's like, oh my God. I turn around, I see this big, huge man behind me, and I'm not afraid of him. It's like, oh my God, he's taking us to get candy. Oh, this is the best. It's the best. We go home. We didn't get a lot of candy because it's just a few houses, you know. We go home. My mom has run out of candy. Every bit of mine, my sisters, and my brothers was taken from us and given to the other children. And my little 5-year-old heart broke. It just broke. My parents had no concept of what their children were going through because they had been raised. Everyone goes before you. Everybody. And I came through that. And when I came into metaphysics, one of the most difficult concepts and most freeing concepts I ever could embody was win-win. What? There's win-win? It's not win-lose? Talk to me. The idea that if I win, I am putting forth a great energy into the universe that blesses everybody. And if I get flowers and I'm happy, then my joy goes out to raise consciousness and blesses everybody that didn't get flowers. Do you see? It was a beautiful, freeing concept. Win-win. If I am blessed, I can actually bless the whole. Awesome. Awesome. You guys hearing me? This is a really tricky one. These are called moral mindsets. There's another one I'm going to talk to you about, but I want to talk one more minute about this. In this moral mindset, we have to see the hidden energy at work. Okay? As a counselor, if anybody has done counseling, ministry, any service industry, you counsel to people and they get it or they don't get it, but you do the best you can. You're working with God. And if they get it and they have a big win and their life turns around and someone goes, God, Cindy, that was great. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was God in them. They did the work. I was simply a channel. Well, Spirit's like talking to me. Excuse me. What if nobody was there talking to them? What about the energy that you might channel, put out into the world so they could take it in? Does that count for nothing, Cindy? Is that nothing? You, because you spoke words that were loving, kind, supportive, and enlightening to your clients from my heart, that energy that you put into the ethers blessed not only them, but raised consciousness. Because someone said it's okay. Someone said something empowering. Someone said something. No, they did the work. That's true, Cindy. But you did the work too. How much of us have looked for the blessings or the acclaim or the validation from the outer? I'm working so hard, but now I need to go get a win somewhere. I need to do something I can be proud of, too. I need to do something where God pats me on the head, too, that my soul did something triumphant, too, you see, instead of always being the channel. So I got sat down. Our thoughts are blessings. Our words are blessings. Our consciousness is a blessing. As we put out energy of acceptance and love and support and peace and joy and anything that feeds life. Think of feeding life, anything that feeds life. We are contributing to the collective, and the blessing the collective is receiving is immense. It's immense. Say, I got it. Say, I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. Okay. So, my moral mindset now should be, as I am blessed, I bless the whole. Give me those wins. I'll take a win. And I'm going to celebrate your win. When you have a win, we should all be doing a party. Hey, so-and-so got a win. Yay, that means good's coming to us all. So you breathe it in, you celebrate life together. Got it? Even if the win is not what you would have prescribed for somebody. We celebrate those wins. All right. The second mindset that I want to talk about is this. Say you're ready. You cannot right the wrongs, perceived wrongs of others. You cannot balance others. You cannot stop the energy of others because it is not your right. You can love others. That is your right. Do you hear what I'm saying? Oftentimes we think, again, they got to be like me. We're one, come on, be like me. When you get to heaven, you'll love everybody. Yeah, but I don't want to love everybody right now. Come on, love everybody. Do you hear? We cannot take it upon ourselves to carry the burden of someone else's choice. When someone is in pain, when you go to their level of pain consciousness, you are contributing nothing. You understand? You're contributing nothing. When I had my little incident that Spirit's still teaching me through, I'm still learning a lot through this incident, all I wanted, I got hit by a truck. I was waiting at to make a left-hand turn and the truck hit me. So all I wanted during all of this time, and still want, is for someone who has eyes that can see my energy and say to me, Cindy, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, girl. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anybody to say, oh, how bad does it hurt? I wanted to know, am I going to live? Because the white light was right there. Am I gonna make it? So, going through that, do you hear what I'm saying in my little example? Do you hear what I'm saying? When we stay high and we stay in that spiritual love, we help those that are in pain. We help those that are scared or shaky. We help them in the moment. They don't need us to come down and empathize and feel the pain with them. They need us to stay high. That's the concept. That's the second concept. Moral mindset. You have to join and jump inside that situation. Now, if you're called to be in that situation, please be in that situation, but please take your love and light with you. Get in there. Put your boots on. Get in there. But take the light with you. Take the light with you. Bring the blessings with you. Do you hear? And in that sense of oneness, now we are helping all find a way through the dilemma they're walking. We're helping everyone find a way through that with faith and hope. Got it? All right. So, I wanted to share one little story with you guys about how we can also help the whole. I've shared this story before because it's the first time it happened. You know, the first time you have an experience in spirit and you finally get that this is how it works, and it may happen 200 times since then or more, but I only remember the first time because I got it. This is how it works. You with me? Okay. So 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Anyway, I was getting ready, putting my makeup on, and my heart gripped. And I had never had that experience before. And I felt like I was having a heart attack. My heart gripped. And it wouldn't let go. And I'm going, oh my God. And I'm praying, Cindy, because, you know, we're in InnerQuest. We do healing work. And I'm praying, Cindy, okay, come down, God, heal my heart. Nothing's shifting. Nothing. And Spirit came down that fast. And I said, God, I ask that you bless everyone who is in this moment having an issue with their heart. I ask that your love move to them now and that they be healed, if at all possible. Let them be healed, if at all possible. And my heart ebbed. It never happened again. My uncle was having a heart attack. He lived in Oklahoma, and he was having a heart attack. I didn't find out about it till a week later because he lived through it. But how, and I went, ching, ching, connecting those dots, absolutely. We are connected. Absolutely, we are connected in the oneness. And absolutely, what a powerful prayer for everyone. Now, when I prayed that prayer for everyone, did it heal everybody's heart? Those that could receive it. Those that could receive it. I cannot intervene. We can't intervene in somebody else's will or their process or whatever, but those that could receive it. Everyone got a blessing. How powerful is our connected in the oneness without intervening in someone's will? Does that make sense to you guys? All right. Christians will say, which we are metaphysical Christians, they will say bear one another's burdens, and we don't do that. We say lighten everybody. Bring light to the load. Bring light to the load. Let's lift each other up. We don't have to get out of our level of consciousness because that is not good for us. All right. So in the first affirmation of oneness that we spoke of, the end line is to remember the light from which we came, and we are again perfect love. In the other affirmation of oneness, it is, I now call forth that which is the highest good of all concerned to happen here, and I give thanks that it is done. If we do those two things when we are troubled or burdened by race consciousness or anyone's consciousness on any level, remember the light from which we came, and then ask that the highest good of all concerned happen here. Do you see? And in that, are we impacting race consciousness? Yes. All concerned? Yes. Are we bringing the light? Yes. Are we inflicting our will on another? No. But we're honoring our oneness. In our country, our birthday today, it's pretty chaotic out there, guys. I mean, we got some rocking and a rolling going on, and you know we're in our Pluto return. The United States Pluto return happens every 200 and some odd years. So this is the time for us to hold the light of love, for us to hold the light not only in our country's collective, but also the collective of humanity. So if we know that we love our fellow man, we can start with the namaste. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. The Christ in me loves the Christ in you. Think of any place on the globe. Imagine any country on the globe. Imagine you can drop yourself down and look at someone eye to eye. I don't care if it's male, female, young or old. You like them. You will probably have a great conversation. You'll probably get along. They'll probably take you to dinner. You will like each other. Why? Because we are all from God. They are our brothers and sisters. And when we put down the human moral mindset and get to know each other as just people, we're good. For the most part, we're good. So, when we start with that, and then we can move to desiring love and harmony. If you want that in our world, if we want love and harmony in our country, if we want it on our planet, what do we have to do, guys? We have to live it. We have to be love and harmony. We have to be love and harmony. And when you're in a hurry and you're late and traffic's crazy, are you harmonious? This is your first opportunity to be harmonious when you are late and you are in a hurry. And I say to all cars that drive crazy by me, they got a mom somewhere that loves them. I ask God to protect them because they're part of my family. They all are. Okay? When I see something that is painful to me on any level, hurts me, if I send prayers for God's will and the highest good for all concerned, then I can find my peace. And there are a lot of things that we see being played out on the global scale and on our country's stages that hurts us emotionally. It's like, oh, that hurt me physically. That hurt me. I have an opinion. I have a hurt about that. I wish that hadn't happened. I wish it was more loving. I wish this happened. Or, yeah, can we not do this? Can we love each other? You know, all those things. When we have feelings like that, then we are being dragged into the pain. Instead of lifting back up to, did that hurt me yesterday? No, I was fine yesterday. I'm good. I'm good with my life. My life's fine. I'm hurting for theirs. So instead of dropping into that, I can stay in the space of, we are one. If I saw you, I'd love you. And the highest good of all concerned. We are perfect love, highest good of all concerned. And when we do that, it frees us from the drama that's being played out, and it impacts the drama that's being played out. That's the missing part. It's not a whatever space, guys. Whatever. No. It's a very proactive space that says we are children of God. God is love. I'm going to love. Therefore, love is being impinged into the consciousness of race, the country, mankind. How powerful is that? Because we're one. We're one. I don't need to have the answers for the whole, because I don't. I don't need to have the answers for the whole. I was thinking about our government several years ago. Like, okay, if I got involved, I'd have to read every document. I would never be able to get involved. I'd have to go read everything first, figure out what's going on. That's too complex. I don't know what's happening. I would literally have to do my research. It's not mine to do. You see? But I can send love to it. I can send love. Highest good of all concerned. God's got them. They're my brothers and sisters. God's got them. Let's love them. Love, 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 love. Got it? Okay. Because that's one of the most difficult ones. When we are in this chaos point like we are today, our individual consciousness has such power, that sending love, sending light impacts much greater than if it was just a machine operating. I don't need to have the answers for the whole. I need to stand in my perfect love and send a prayer for all of humanity. I need to stand in my perfect love. And your perfect love is unique to you. You have perfect love of God, and you have something that's unique to you. Remember your creative talents and abilities. You have something that's fabulous for you. As you express that and you stand in your love, you're blessing the whole. As you get a win in your life, you're blessing the whole. As you understand and overcome a challenge, you're blessing the whole. You know? So, allowing the highest good and not my will is one of the greatest gifts I can give to the world. So, I told you already knew everything I was going to say today. How do you feel? It's easy, isn't it? It's not. It's not. The mindset of morality is deep. Hopefully, the next generations, the mindset of love will be what they are raised on. So we have to be the way showers, showing the way to the love. So let's go within. Father, we open our hearts and I ask that a beautiful, beautiful calm of light come over each one of us. And I ask that your love and your light engulf every unique soul that hears my words, every child of yours that hears these words. And I ask that you overwhelm us with that presence and peace. And I would invite each one of you just to breathe and let yourself relax into the chair. Feel the beautiful calm of light. You are God's child. You are God's child. I want you to take a moment in this visualization and imagine that you can turn and look at your past, your human past, your past. And I want you to say to that past, I choose to remember the light that I am. And I know it worked for the highest good of all concerned. For I am here. Just feel the energy moving. And now turn and look at your future, this lifetime. I choose to stand in the perfect love and light of God. And I choose to walk a path where all things work together for good, the highest good of all concerned. And let your focus go to your heart and become aware of the intricate connection, cohesiveness that we have, that you have with every human, divine child of God. And as you accept your heart, divine child of God, send love now to all of the brothers and sisters. Wherever you are on your path, my brothers, my sisters, children of God, I send you my love. I send you my light. Breathe and feel. And before we come back, let's do this for our country. Just feel your heart open. And Father, Mother God, we send our love to the United States of America, United States of America. We breathe and send your love to all of our brothers and sisters. And we call it good. Let your focus come back to you, your column of light, and just begin to feel that you are expanded. You are greater than the construct of your personality. You are greater than the challenges of your life. I am ready to bless the world, and I am ready to be blessed. Take it in. I'm ready to be blessed, and I'm ready to bless the world. And feel that energy moving through you. Feel the Christ light strong within you. Feel God's love engulfing you. And just very gently let your focus come back to the chair where you sit. And Father, Mother God, we thank you for this moment in time, for the simplicity of living love. And so it is. Breathe, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. I know this is a very, very, very simple exercise, but I also know that it's one that will take practice. Practice. I'm still working on my assignment from 2013. Practice. So, if you get a little out of your God self, call forth the highest good for all concerned and see what happens. Say, yay, God.
Yay, God.